we're going to do some pretty quick book reviews. Let's see how fast I can do this. Alright, the first one is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Tobolsky, maybe? And this is really good, a whole lot better than I thought it was. The beginning was pretty slow, and then I read about this much of it in one sitting. It was really good. It's kind of slow. It's one of those books that depends on what you like to read about, if you're gonna like it. Like, I have a friend who tried to read it and couldn't get more than like 10 pages in, and I read it in like 2 days. Now we've got Lord of the Flies, which I hated. Hated it the second time and hated it the first time. I didn't like it. Don't ever want to read it again. We'll probably have to read it more than once since I'm a literature student. Bleh. I wish there'd be some way someone could write the same kind of plot or story nowadays and maybe make it better. Maya Angelou, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Really good, actually. I was very pleasantly surprised. It was interesting. I thought it was going to be one of those boring books I didn't like. It was pretty good. It took me a while to read it, but that was just because I had a lot of things going on. Ursula Le Guin's Gifts, which was okay, but for the good most of the book, I felt like I was reading the introduction. Like, I was reading what should have been maybe the first 10, 20 pages of the book for the first 200. It was all plot, it was all exposition. Look, this is what's happened to me, this is what's going to happen to me, this is the things, this is why my life sucks, and this is why I'm doing this, and then the last 20, 30 pages was really good plot. I have high hopes for the second one, because that one seems to be almost like a retelling of Fahrenheit 451, which I'll talk about in a second. Because it's about this community that thinks books are the devil and that reading is the root of all evil, and so all books are either burned or destroyed or something like that. And about this small community of people who are reading and trying to keep reading, and so the character from here shows up with the character of the other book, and I'm excited for that one, but this one, ugh. It seems almost like it was one story that was broken into 3 parts, because it's the first part of a trilogy, so maybe that's why. All I know is that there was way too much exposition and not enough actual action, in my opinion. Alright, Fahrenheit 451, oh my gosh. Lost this purposely the first time I tried to read this, and wish I could have done that the second time I read this, which was now. There was so much metaphor that I could barely understand what was going on. It was, there was sometimes when it was talking about, let's see, first they're talking about a room, and then they're talking about a car, and now he's talking about the girl, and then all of a sudden he's back lying next to his wife. It was silly and stupid, and I'd like to see someone do this same idea with hopefully better results. I can't stand this. Is The Lightning Thief, which was actually really good, surprisingly good, but it's one of those series that, yeah, if I had time I'd read the rest of them, but I don't need to. Haven't seen the movie, been told the movie's really bad. I liked this, it was pretty good. I liked all the plot and interesting things I learned about it. Got compared to Athena the other day, which was pretty awesome. But it's not one of those things I'm going to go out and have to buy the other ones and have to read the other ones, but it was alright. Finally, Catcher in the Rye, which I have a bit more respect for now that I've covered it in class, but still don't like very much. I can see how it was one of the first young adult novels of its time because it was about young adults and stuff like that, but it's one of those books that, as my teacher said, you agree and understand a lot more after you read it when you're not a young adult. And so therefore, in my opinion, not a young adult book, but commonly assigned to kids to read in high school and stuff like that, which is silly and stupid in my opinion. He complains way too much, but again, I guess that's a lot of what teenagers do, and he has this hope for stuff that, again, is something teenagers have. They have this hope, and they're not as cynical as adults are, and they think that they can achieve things a whole lot more than what adults think they can achieve. And so, alright, kind of cool, I get it, but all in all, in my opinion, don't read it. And remember, books spark your imagination, so go out, grab some books, and see what you can imagine.